The critically acclaimed hit series Schitt's Creek has gone from Canadian cult comedy to one of the most Emmy-nominated shows of 2020. The series earned 15 nominations for its final season, which aired this spring on Pop TV, a Viacom CBS property. They include Outstanding Comedy and the 4 main acting categories. Co-creator and showrunner Dan Levy is up for writing, directing, and Best Supporting Actor. He spoke with us about the show's unlikely rise and why, just as it was hitting its peak, he decided to walk away. 15 Emmy nominations?
I know. It's not processing, to be perfectly honest. People just keep saying it at me. Like I'm supposed to sort of say, yes, yeah, I know. Yeah. It'll never sink in.
I think I'm having a heart attack is what's happening.
You are like 34.
I'm basically 29.
After 6 seasons, the Rose family has become iconic.
What does folding the cheese mean? He folds it in.
But Schitt's Creek wasn't an easy sell at first.
It's a small show. It's not something that is particularly flashy, and I think people didn't quite know what to do with it.
Alexis, you'd like this product. It's all about aging and dry skin.
Oh my God, ew, David!
In the series, the once wealthy Roses have lost everything and end up living in a motel in Schitt's Creek.
They thought they had it all, but it wasn't until they came to this town that they realized that they, in fact, had nothing at all. And really needed to learn the true joy of what actually love can be.
Dan Levy had 2 comedic legends by his side. His dad, Eugene Levy, and Catherine O'Hara.
I'm walking home.
The show was picked up by the CBC in Canada and Pop TV in the US. But it wasn't until Netflix started streaming episodes in 2017 that it really took off.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Levy created a world where love and acceptance are the norm.
David is my boyfriend, and I've never been happier in my life.
As a gay person, getting to tell stories about my community, those moments were really special to me. I think back to even 10, 15 years ago, I would never have even had that opportunity, let alone, be able to get into a room to even pitch a story where that exists.
In a documentary about the show's final season, the cast received thank you letters from moms of LGBTQ children.
We sincerely believe that shows like Schitt's Creek will serve as a catalyst to help change the world into a kinder, safer, more loving place for all LGBTQ people to live.
When the cameras stopped rolling and I stopped sobbing, I did sit down and I read all of those letters, and it was pretty remarkable. And I think you realize too, television, when used for good, can affect such an incredible positive change.
Thank you.
Before Levy was walking red carpets, he was working them. He spent 8 years at MTV, co-hosted the Great Canadian Baking Show, and was even a correspondent during the Vancouver Olympics. So how does that set you up to dream up this show?
Oh, it doesn't. What you realize early on as a showrunner, and particularly when you're working with a really small budget, you need to make sure that everyone is feeling valued.
He learned that from his dad, who this month received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Newport Beach Film Festival.
He has become this absolute living legend. Eugene, I was telling everyone how you've become this living legend.
I mean, the clip was the sweetest thing. I couldn't think of a more deserving guy. He has led with such grace. So for me, it was a masterclass getting to work alongside him over these past 6 years.
Together, they found the heart in a seemingly silly show through intricately crafted and charming characters.
Do you remember the last time you and I chaired an event? The Teenage Rosacea Ball at the St. Regis?
Everybody in this cast is kind of an extraordinary physical comedian.
David, do you take?
Well, I was sort of genetically gifted with a set of eyebrows that sort of do the work for me. But it is a testament to the quality of the acting and the actors, because it's very hard to ride the line between comedy and drama.
Hey.
The hair, makeup, and costume teams behind those outlandish looks are all up for Emmys, too.
The idea that our show gets 15 Emmy nominations and none of us can actually go to the Emmys is definitely a storyline that I would have written for Moira.
What is your favorite season?
Awards.
At any point, have you said to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have stopped this?
No. Never. It's always felt right. You know, listen, if an idea pops into my head down the line for a little special or a movie or whatever that might be, great. I would love to work with these people for the rest of my life.
That gives us hope, the fans.
Well, we shall see.
I'm hanging on to that. Boy, am I ever. I love this show.
No, I love him.
Yeah.
I know you've watched the show from the very beginning, but after looking at those clips, Anthony, I now want to see it. Every little bit you chose was hilarious.
Yeah, they are. It's an impeccably crafted show. It works on the surface because it's so much fun, but there's so much detail.
Oh, I see it. Tony, were you saying something? I thought I heard you call my name.
It's an incredibly charming show, Gail. You got to go home and watch it tonight.
No,
and
I do.
Really, the power of streaming to take something that had been out there and had fans and go from one group of fans to a much broader one. And now that may include Gail King.
I know, and the scene the letters that they got from parents.
Yes, very powerful. It's a gem of a show.